Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We're going to talk more about AI today and how to use it in your business as an underwriter, as a risk operator, someone in an alternative finance, revenue-based finance, MCA, whatever business you're in. We're going to talk about how you can use AI to help you build a risk model. ChatGPT is what we're going to use now, ChatGPT 4. It's the paid version of ChatGPT, which I think you should be paying for, and I think you should pay for all your employees to also use it. If you have any questions about how to get signed up with ChatGPT, you can check out this video right here. It has more information about how to get started. Really, you can use it for so many different things, but I think this is something that could be really helpful for you as well. I'm Jordan Hansen. I'm from Cobalt Intelligence. We help alternative finance people like yourself use AI automation, things like that, data to help reduce your risk when you're lending, fraud, working capital, any of that stuff. That's our job, is to help you with that. Automate that process to make it so it's not so bad. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is our basic prompt when we start in there. I'm gonna go over here. This is a data set that I've just generated with ChatGPT's help. I asked it to build out a huge data set of businesses and then invoice amounts. This would be like the invoices you're loaning against, whatever. These are just different transactions that are happening. And then when they made the payments, as well as SOS data, as in, was it in good standing or not? If it's not in good standing, a 1 is always bad. 0 is everything's good. So 1 is like a flag. So that's where our high risk indicator comes from. That if there's a 1 in any of these, it's gonna be a high risk indicator. And I think if it's below 300, I think we also do it. So those are the things that trigger it. So if there's 1 in any of these, or if the credit score is low or high, then it puts it into a high risk indicator. This is like before we had given them any cash. And this default indicator is kind of showing what happened if they defaulted. Now, I built this data set just myself, and the default is high. I think it's like a 50% chance. So there's gonna be a lot of defaults in here. This is not realistic of probably what you'd have, but you can kind of get the idea. You should take your data set and look at your history of loans or any kind of work you've done and kind of look at the data set. And then you kind of mark which ones defaulted after, on the first payment, after 3 payments, after, or just all together. And then you can kind of assess the risk and kind of hopefully look for patterns. You can say, this doesn't make any sense, but all the businesses that come from Newark, New Jersey with a 500 credit score, they all default. So we're never going to lend to them again, or the risk is higher, or whatever. These are things that you can predict better with using AI and ChatGPT. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to give it our data set. There we go, right there. There's a CSV file. Here is a sample data set. I'm gonna say, I am an alternative finance data analyst. I'm looking at historical transaction data for loans that we have issued. I'm gonna say the high risk indicator shows that there was a high risk before we gave the loan. The default indicator shows that the loan defaulted and we lost money. Can you help spot some patterns that I can use? Reject applications in the future to reduce the amount of defaults we have, like that. So now we're going to get this and see if we can process this CSV and just spot patterns. Again, this is a small sample set. We had 100 and probably not exactly, but if I was you, this is something I would be thinking about. Okay, hey, why do I need to hire a data analyst to do this when I can use ChatGPT as my data analyst? It's going to go through here. I probably need to explain more about 0 and 1, the indicators there. Let's see if it's assuming these things. Sorry, let me clarify further. SOS, court, background, check, area. 0 is good, 1 is bad. For example, indicates that the business was not found or was in bad standing. Now it's going to perform some analysis, and again, it always does this. It generates the code as it goes, and it uses Python, and so you can always run this yourself. Oh, this is cool. It's doing correlation on it. Oh, so good. There's a negative correlation between the credit score and the default indicator. This means that the higher credit scores are associated with the lower likelihood of default, which is expected. Okay, larger loans have a slightly, which is a common expectation in lending. Credit score is the most reliable predictor of default among the variables examined. Other indicators, SOS data, court judgments, background checks, do not correlate with defaults. Okay, see, this is perfect. This is a really good example of what you could do. Now again, my data is all completely random. This isn't actually a historical data set, but it's something that you could use in your data set. Take your data set, export it, and build out these things that say, these are the factors that were there. You have this historical data set. These are the factors that were there. This is when they defaulted, after how many payments. Then give it to ChatGPT and have it do this analysis. Look at this correlation it shows. Hope this has been helpful for you. We provide a lot of this background data to help you. If you want any of this data and you want to automate your process, reach out to us and let's talk. Hit the like, subscribe button, and that's all. Thanks.